And when you know that you have so many hours or so many minutes to yourself each day and nothing else is going to get in there, you know that you can get things that have to be done for you. Hi everyone, it's John C Morley, serial entrepreneur here, and welcome to another Super Motivational Friday. I have a question for you, friends. Have you ever found yourself in a predicament where you run out of time? Or maybe you start something and you're like, oh, what time? I'm out of it. And it goes so quickly that you don't really understand what happened. I'm sure that never happened to any of you. If it has, would you do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, smash the bell notification icon, click on the subscribe button? Why not comment below and share with me when that happened with you? You don't have to put in all the particulars that could incriminate anyone, but just put down the situation that you were generally involved in. All right, so the reason that happens is because our body and mind actually get into a trance and they lose track of the beginning and the end. So if you were, let's say, writing a book, or maybe you were studying, it's like you suddenly run out of time because you really weren't doing anything. You were just really like teasing yourself. So if you study for a test and the book is open, right? And then 3 hours go by, you're like, oh, I'm tired. Did you really study? No, you procrastinated. So the best way to manage time is to make a commitment right now that you're gonna use time effectively. But how can you do that when other people waste your time? Great question. Maybe this is in business, maybe this is in your personal life. I've had a policy for a very long time, no pun intended. If it's not on my calendar, it's not happening. The important thing is to set aside time for the things that you need, whether that's working out, whether that's taking a walk, whether it's studying, whether it's other types of motivation, or whether it's volunteering or helping a friend. When you set up compartments of time and your availability, it helps you understand what you have. And when you know that you have so many hours or so many minutes to yourself each day and nothing else is going to get in there, you know that you can get things that have to be done for you. So number one is make the commitment, okay? Number two is use some type of a time mechanism. You can use Google, you can use your calendar on Microsoft, you can even set timers on Siri if you want with your voice. And these are all things that'll help keep you in check. Now, if you're not a real techno person, you can even just use a piece of paper and write down the time from when you get up to when you go to sleep and just write things on that piece of paper. And when you start something, you always want to see how close are you to that time, and keep checking yourself to see, do I have more time in this area? I'll have time tomorrow to work on it, but I see I only have 5 more minutes. So let me use what I have in the most productive way. See, a lot of people think they can just throw the kitchen sink and everything else that's on the street in at the same time and it'll all get done, right? It's like when you go to make breakfast, if you're really not a good cook, you throw everything in and you hope it turns out right. It usually doesn't. You have to make sure you put the right ingredients in there. And so making the commitment, using a tool, and then the other thing that's really important, and we've talked about this before, is saying no. Now, we did a whole video on this, but what it means in short is that if you are always saying yes because you're a nice guy or because you just want to be polite, don't. Because what you're doing when you say yes to someone is you're saying no to yourself. So be conscious of when you say yes. And do you really want to say yes? Or are you just doing it because you want to be polite? And if you feel like the situation is pushing you to say yes, just tell your friend or tell the person, you know what, I need to check my schedule, I'll get back to you. And that's a great way for you to think about what you're going to say, but you don't really have to say anything. You can just say, I've got some other activities scheduled at that time. You don't have to tell them what they are. Just those few things alone can help you stop being a procrastinator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's always an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you. every time I'm in front of the camera or every time I blog. So remember to check out believemeachieve.com. Check out some of my amazing articles that I write in a variety of dichotomies in life. You're gonna really find them interesting. Of course, like, love, support the channel, hit the bell notification icon, hit the subscribe button, and yes, make sure to comment. Share this out with everyone you know. Click on that PayPal link and make the choice to buy my team and I a savory steak, maybe a hot chocolate, or perhaps a nice, delicious dessert. Either way, we'll all be grateful with those pennies and dollars because we'll continue to invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even the facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational, get off your butt content to stop your procrastination and get you into the passion of living life and achieving your goals. I am John C Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I'll see you on another Super Motivational Friday real soon.